All right, hello YouTube. My name's Aiden, and today I'm gonna be talking about Shaman flowers. It's a review, but I usually just freestyle my reviews. I don't have anything written down, just some final thoughts. I have done a reaction series to all 13 episodes of Shaman flowers on the channel, if you want to check that out. Um, Also, I have watched Shaman 2021 like a couple of months ago before starting flowers, so I'm pretty much caught up to it, or I am caught up to it. Because I guess the viewing experience might be different if you haven't watched Shaman in a while. So, uh, yeah. What did I think of Flowers? I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I think the major issue for me is where it ended. Um, like the ending is kind of insane that they ended at this spot right there. And I don't think it would be too bad if we knew when the next season was coming out, but I got a comment saying like, they're kind of waiting off until the manga finishes, and they when Shaman King ended, they immediately announced Flowers was coming, but they didn't do it this time. So there's like a lot of speculation. I think like the ending would be fine if we get the next season like sometime next year. But if it's gonna be multiple years, I think the ending's kind of bad. Like when I went into it, I thought we were going to like probably end right before the tournament because honestly, just going through the season, it's basically all build up and all hype for this new Flower of Maze tournament, right? But when we were getting closer to the end, I'm like, okay, it's gonna end with Hannah coming back out of hell, you know, crashing the meeting, saying, "Hey, I'm here. We're here to fight. We're not intimidated by uh Sorry, I've called YVG Yarvis. I've been calling him Pyramid Gang through my whole reaction series just because he's a cute little pyramid. Um, but whatever. I thought he was gonna crash saying, "Hey, we're ready for this," and it was gonna end with like, "Okay, guys, we're a team now, and let's prepare for the tournament." But they ended like without Hannah getting his oversoul, without him returning. It just seems so like sudden to the point where like if it's gonna be like a longer break until the next season comes out, it feels a little too cut short. But again, if they do release information when the next season's coming out and it's gonna be sometime next year, then I think it's fine. It just depends on that. But it was really sudden. I was honestly shocked when they ended it with that. And the funny thing is, I think this season had really good pacing because one of the things with 2021, I thought the pacing was like super fast. I actually kind of enjoyed it in some way because of how fast it was. But this felt much more better paced. But it's just the ending. Like, give us one more episode. Just finish off that, so I'm satisfied. And just in some ways, with the abrupt ending, it like gets you hyped for the next season. But it's all a timing thing. Um, so if I had to make a complaint, that's my personal complaint. What are some good things though? I think one of the biggest weaknesses for 2021 Shaman King, in my opinion, was the animation, not the art style. It's a difference. The art style I thought was very good. I thought the animation was very flat. Probably because I've heard that there's budget issues. They crunched some scenes, but you could tell it wasn't spectacularly animated. And how important is that? It depends on the person, but for like a battle shonen, which is a highly competitive genre of anime, I feel like you definitely need to put some pizzazz in your fight scenes. Like for me personally, Shaman King really carried itself on its battle system and its world building and stuff like that. But the fight scenes were kind of like, I mean, not there were moments. There were definitely moments where it's shown, but a lot of it looked really flat. And naturally, the Shaman King fights are just a little slower because they love doing that thing where they say a move, have like a basically like a still frame with the name pop up, which naturally slows down the fight. So it looked a little like messy compared to modern anime. And you're like, Aiden, it's a remake from a really old anime. Yeah, I know, but like if it just it needs a little pizzazz for people to get into it that aren't like nostalgic of the series. I think personally, that's just my opinion though. Um, so I think Shaman King Flowers animation was a lot better. Now it still does follow the same formula, and I didn't think it would switch it up with then the slower fights, with the still frames and the name drops, but you can like tell that the animation is a lot smoother. So I'm very happy about that. Now I would say in this season there weren't a lot of crazy fights because again this whole season kind of just feels like this really big build up, like prequel to this big tournament. So I'm guessing they're saving all the juice for like the tournament. But none of the fights were too crazy. Like okay, Aiden, what was your favorite fight this season? Uh I actually don't know if I could answer that. I don't really have an immediate answer, which I guess I probably should have prepared. I don't like none of them really compared to some of the goated fights in Shaman Teen. I thought Hannah versus Men and all the other people trying to fight Men was kind of fun. The first appearance of Dark Oni powers with Hannah in the mall, Shocking Mall, episode 5, I believe that was pretty cool. Gaku vs Hannah was pretty cool. Though a lot of the later fights in the season was just Hannah going berserk Oni and getting owned. I'm pretty sure that was like 4 or 5 fights in a row of Hannah just going berserk and then getting owned. So but yeah, again, it's that's the thing, man. Their edginess, their edginess. Just drop some dates and I'll be happy. Um, but no, I mean with these good, it's like really good building blocks because once they do drop the next season and they have this level of animation or hopefully better even. I mean, again, I'm happy with this, but everything can always be better. Um, and it's gonna be hype, man. I don't even know what the tournament's gonna be. They haven't really described any rules at all, but I'm so hyped for it. And oh, like I said before, I think the world building in Shaman King is what like really drew me to it. Like the whole possession thing, and then they like kind of turned into oversouls. Like there's a nice, really good progression, and it was very smart with it. And then using the like it felt very unique, and even like the formula of how like they set up How as like this unstoppable villain, and in a lot of battle shonens it would just be like power ups, possibly the power of friendship, though that's more classic anime. But this is a classic, so you can put that in there too, to beat him. But they're like, no, we can't beat him. We gotta find some other shit. This guy's way too strong. So Shaman King's always been unique in that aspect, and I am happy to say I do like what they did with some of the powers in this anime, to keep it fresh, to keep it unique, from continuing on the Shaman King formula. No, they kept the power scaling the thing. I thought, well, kind of like usually with a new generation show, like if Shaman King's power scaling was here, I thought they would either like reset it, but they kind of kept it like here, which is fine. But it's more so like some of the powers they introduced. Obviously, Hannah using the Oni power, like Anna and Hal had, and kind of utilizing that in a unique way where he can control it slash go berserk mode was kind of fun. You have Dark Jean, or no, it's Dark Maiden, using a shaman as a spirit ally, which I assume forcefully using her, which was pretty unique. I mean, they did technically have that with like Big Chief with Goldva in OG Shaman King, but it's different because one is like bending, forcing him, and while Jean's powerful, and I think she would make a great spirit ally because she was really powerful. She doesn't like really have any attack, so like taking Jean, taking her power, and then creating an armor oversoul based on her like attire and I guess on how she used to fight. I thought that was a really cool concept, which we didn't really get to see how strong it was technically because the man versus Dark Maiden wasn't really a fight, but it's still pretty exciting. And obviously the big one is um, His name's not Kumadai, is it? I'm so bad with names. I don't even remember the main villain's name. Oh wait, no, I gotta doodle it. Sorry. This is why we're stuffed here. But you know, the main guy, the main guy. I doodle, and the first thing that pops up, Reddit thread, Shaman Teen Flowers. Why are the main villains so ass? What the heck? They hating. Yeah, I was thinking of Kamogawa, not Kumadai. It was pretty close though. I really like his power system. It's like it's like flipping the whole shaman power system on its head, where the initial like system is all about, you know, a connection to the spirit ally, peace of mind, training your mental strength is how you become a better shaman, and obviously the death and rebirthing. Well, his powers using Yarvis's or pyramid, as I like to call him, is basically like you don't need a train, you don't need any connections. Give me money, I will give you power. And I thought that's a cool way to turn this whole to turn the system on its head a bit, because like going into the series, I'm like, okay, we had Hao, who is like such a wonderful villain with a really versatile, spirit ally. Like I loved how he used it, how versatile it was. It was very unique. And like, how are they gonna top that? Like, are they really just gonna make someone stronger than Hao? Like, just like a better shaman than Hao? And no, they didn't. He's not a shaman at all. He's just using his money to buy trading cards and playing it like a card game and using abilities, and also breaking the system by using those cards to make more money, looping it, feeding pyramid. He's happy, everyone's happy, and it's really cool. And I'm excited to see him in the future. I feel like he's a very interesting villain. Definitely like full crazy mode. But his powers are very interesting. That being said, for characters, again, since this is like all build up, I don't really have too strong a thought on a lot of the new characters. Like I like Hannah. Obviously, Hannah's the most developed character we have, and I'm excited to see him like kind of getting out of his edgy phase, and now that he knows he needs love in his life to become a stronger shaman. I'm excited to see if his growth, along with a new spirit ally. We're not rocking Amidamaru, we're rocking Death Zero. But like in terms of like the four main characters they keep showing, Hannah, like I think Johan, sure, we get him a bit. But Gaku, like I honestly don't care about Gaku at all. I think his oversoul looks pretty cool, but like there just wasn't enough for me to care about him. Like I don't know his motivations at all. Like it's just a blank slate. Um, Same with men, though I kind of like men a little better, just because the idea of 7-year-old god class shaman with Shamash and Basun is really trapped. I mean, he's kind of cool, even though he has like the poop or soft serve ice cream haircut. But like like I think Hannah and I guess maybe a Lumi are like the most interesting, with Johan, maybe Johan's sister. But some of the old characters like Tamao's evolution to like a fucking gangster lady was really cool. I did like that a lot. Um, but yeah, music stood as always. Shaman Team's music OST was kind of crazy. This was pretty good, but I swear the Shaman Team OST, the 2021, had like so many songs. It's kind of hard to compare. Like for a 52 episode series, which is still long, don't get me wrong, the OST list was kind of crazy. And it's great. I've been listening to it even after finishing the series. Um, but yeah, I guess that's like my main opinion. Like I think there's a lot of good building blocks. Like I am excited for the future of Shaman King Flowers. By the way, this I should have mentioned. I haven't read the manga. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I will probably just lay off unless there's a message saying it's canceled. Then I guess I will read the manga. Um, but um, but yeah, like a lot of good building blocks. I'm happy about the animation change. I like the you know I'm enjoying Hannah. I also really like Death Zero. I thought it was like, if you're actually gonna ask me what was my favorite moment, and it's kind of corny, but I loved like the little flashback Death Zero had of his life when he realized, okay, I'm dead, and like saying, oh, he'll return to his girlfriend, and then dying in the plane with the sad music, and asking Hannah to help get his ship out of the water or plane. That I don't know, that tugged on my heartstrings. That was my favorite moment. Um, Lots of good moments with him too, like when he killed Kumagawa. That was also when he killed Hannah too. He's definitely, I'm definitely excited to see their partnership in the future. But yeah, it's like a lot of like the building blocks are there, the animation is there. I'm excited for Flower of Maze, even though I don't know what the tournament is. I'm excited for like characters like Sayreb and Red Seb being enemies now, and Dark Maiden's kind of exciting, and of course Pyramid. Love me that little, like he's just so adorable with his dangly little legs. I'm excited, but like I can't really judge this season as a whole because it really does just feel like a prequel. It just feels like a prologue. Like the story, it's getting going, but it's not there yet. So like as an individual piece, like I think it's good. Now, once everything comes together, it's probably gonna be great. But for now, it's good. I'm gonna keep watching it. I will definitely when the next season comes out, if this channel is still alive and going, I'll record it. But even if it's gone for whatever reason or stop the channel, then I will watch it by myself. But I'm excited. I'm happy about this season. Wish it was a tiny bit longer, but a lot of potential. And yeah, it's kind of iffy when a series like does a next generation thing, like Boruto or whatever. I don't really know otherwise other than Boruto, but some people are like, it's a little iffy. But I'm happy with it. I think they did enough changes and kept it fresh enough to keep me interested. But anyways, that's my review. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If I missed on anything or you want me to clarify or any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to respond. And yeah, hopefully I see you in the future. Feel free to subscribe to this channel for more anime content. And yeah, thanks for watching. Good night.